we can work with solutions. Okay, so fine, I'll take care, Ranjit, carry on.
Okay, sir.
Is the screen being shared?
Yeah. It is visible, sir.
Okay, I'll take care. Move on, no
Okay,
problem.
sir.
Okay, so suppose you have a finite wire. Okay, suppose you have a finite wire. This is D. This angle is theta1. This angle is theta2. If you take a small element here, the small element will, current carrying element will give rise to a magnetic field. Yeah. So according to Biot-Savart law, dB is equal to mu naught I dl sin theta divided by r squared. Okay, now assume this is L, this is D, or this is A. Better is to keep it as A. So this r will become root over of A squared plus L squared. Now this angle is theta. So if this angle is theta, then this will become 180 minus theta. Yeah. So this is 180 minus theta. 180 minus theta. Then this will become, this is 90, right? So one angle is 90, one angle is 180 minus theta, and the one angle is some x. Together it is 180. So these two get cancelled. Yeah. So if these two get cancelled, then can I say that x is equal to theta minus 90? Yes, so x is equal to theta minus 90. Now, if you have theta minus 90, I can say theta is equal to x plus 90. So, we are talking about sine theta. So, that will become equal to sine 90 plus x. So, if you have sine 90 plus x, it will become equal to cos x. So, I can write this as mu naught I dl. Instead of sine theta, I can write it as cos theta. Yeah, so sorry, cos x. This angle is x here. So it will become cos x divided by 4 pi r squared. Now what will cos x become? Cos x will become equal to divided by a divided by this r cubed. Okay, so now when I substitute, or when I find out Yes, students, are you getting it? Should I do it again? So this is what you have to remember, where this is theta 1, this is theta 2. Mu naught I by 4 pi a sin theta 1. This distance from here to here is a. Okay, any questions? Yeah, any question you ask, if I know, I will answer. But we have some limitations for this. There is no limitation in this. Biot-Savart law can be applied infinitely. There is no problem. In fact, Ampere's law has a limitation. Ampere's law will work only if there is symmetry. If there is no symmetry, Ampere's law doesn't work. Biot-Savart law is a universal law which can work everywhere. Ampere's law is problematic. Ampere's law has problems. Biot-Savart law has no problem. I have doubt from physics module. How can I ask? You are asking. Go to Learnity, take photo and put it there. Senthil, there are no limitations in Biot-Savart law. Biot-Savart law is a universal law. Just like Coulomb's law, it's a universal law. Only thing is that Ampere's law has limitations. It is also a universal law, but it works only when there is symmetry. If there is no symmetry, it will not work. It will work everywhere, but it is not useful without symmetry. You are right. Explain the motion of a charged particle and uniform magnetic field in trying to find out the particle. Okay. Suppose this is a coordinate space. Okay. So now in this coordinate space, you are pushing a particle like this. There is a magnetic field. Suppose this is B and this is Q positive. So what's going to happen? The particle is going to go in a circle like this. Now you know the center of the circle, 0, mv by bq. Yeah. Now as the particle is going like this is the radius vector, and this is uniform circular motion. So the particle has an angular velocity omega. So if the particle has an angular velocity omega, then what can I say? Can I say that this angle here is omega t? So this is r. Then can I say the x direction, x is equal to r sine omega t? What is y equal to? Y is equal to this much, but y coordinate is this much. So if y coordinate is this much, y coordinate is r minus r cos omega t. So that means r into 1 minus cos omega t. Now this will give you the position, x position. You got the y position. If the particle is traveling in a helical path, then z is equal to simply vz into t. So I found out the x, y and z. So I found out the x position, I found out the y position, and here I am found out the z position. So suppose I say after t by 4, so it is starting here. So after t by 4 it is here. Yeah, so omega is what, 2 pi by t. So omega is 2 pi by t into t by 4. T cancel, this will become by 2. So r sin pi by 2 is 1. So x is equal to r. Y this will become what, omega is equal to 0. So y is equal to r. So the point, this coordinate, x is equal to r, y is equal to r. So I got the position vector. So position vector is this. So it is x I cap plus y j cap is the position vector. So I got x is equal to r sine omega t. I got y is equal to r 1 minus cos omega t. So now dx by dt will give me vx. Dy by dt will give me vy. So I got it. So it will become what? R omega cos omega t. This will become R omega sin omega t. Then, yeah, then what else? This is it. Nothing else. So R is equal to mv by bq. Omega is equal to some 2 pi m by bq or something, or bq by 2 pi m or something. You know better. I don't know. So substitute, you will get it. Circular wire, circular wire loop of radius something, carrying current I, perpendicular magnetic field, small part of wire. Consider a small part dl of the wire. Find the force on this part of the wire exerted by the magnetic field. Okay, find the force compression in the wire. Okay, find the increase, find the force of compression in the wire. Okay, find the increase in the radius of the loop if the magnetic field is switched off. Yeah, so this is a tough question, but not an impossible one. You have a circular coil carrying a current I, perpendicular magnetic field. Okay, no problem. So let us just follow the instruction. Instruction will tell us everything. So you have a circular coil of wire, no problem. There is a perpendicular magnetic field, no problem. Now, if I take this small portion, there is going to be a force on it. What is the direction of the force? Let me see the question once again. Current, a perpendicular magnetic field. Consider a small part. Find the force on this part of the wire exerted by the magnetic field. Okay. So they want you to find out the force exerted on this part of the magnetic field. So that is very simple. How is it simple? So it is, we'll apply F is equal to BIL. So it is equal to B into I into DL. So there is going to be a force. Now this force is going to act in this direction. That is radial direction. So I have to write the force as a vector quantity. So I have to write it as a vector quantity, no problem. So if this angle here is theta, so this is not the right place. The right place is to take it here. So that if this angle is theta, then you can say r cos theta, f cos theta, f sin theta. So it will become bi dx I cap plus dy j cap. So that's bi dx I cap plus dy j cap. So if this is the wire, then I can say the dx is this much, so negative, dy is positive. So it will become bi dy j cap minus dx I cap. So this is it. Find the force of compression. Find the increase in radius of the loop if the magnetic field is switched off. And the Young's modulus of the material of the wire is Y. No lesson is going on. We are only clearing doubts. Jaya Veera Kumar. Yes, you seem to be visiting student. Then I'd wonder how you don't know what is going on. We are not reading any new chapter. We are discussing same chapter. Okay. Doubts you can ask. Okay. So BIL, this one I found out. Now they are asking you to find the force of compression. Find the force of compression. Basically, if it's a circular wire, the net force is equal to 0. So I don't understand why there should be a force of compression. So let us see. So the current is going like this. So on this wire also, okay, so okay, wait, I will see. Okay, give me some time. I'll think about this and come back. I have some problems here. My problem, Lakshya, is that consider a small part dl, find the force on this part. I have found out. Next question is find the force of compression on the wire. I'm thinking, why should there be a compression? Find the increase in radius of the loop if the magnetic field is switched off. So I have a feeling that what you're talking of is not a circular loop. Where did you see this question? My goodness, so many questions. Okay. Okay, so okay, give me some time. I'll do that in tomorrow's class. I'll work it out. Okay, that's fine. Veera Kumar, that's fine. No issue. Sorry. I mean, yeah. Next question is how to find the magnetic field at a point less than the radius of the wire. Okay, I will show that. For a semiconductor, temperature at normal conditions is this much. Magnetic field is applied. Temperature decreases to 75 K for this material. One can definitely say that when normal conditions it is 100 K. When you apply 75 Tesla, the temperature decreases to 75. Okay, I can't say, it's a vague question, I feel. No question. I saw this in JEE 2010. For a semiconductor, when a magnetic field is applied. I have no clue. Out of syllabus. I don't think it was ever in syllabus. Okay, so let me look at this next question. A ring of radius r as Q mounted on rod suspended by two identical. The tension in the strings in equilibrium is something. Now a vertical magnetic field is switched on and the ring is rotated at constant angular velocity omega. Okay, Senthil, that also I can give you an idea how to do it, then you will have to work it out. So you have a rod here, which is suspended. The tension here is T naught. A ring uniformly distributed mounted on the rod suspended by two identical strings. The tension, okay. Vertical magnetic field is switched on and the ring is rotated at constant angular velocity. Yeah. So now this is the situation. Now you have a vertical magnetic field B, and you have a ring here. So that ring is rotated. The ring is rotated. Hmm. Hmm. Find the max omega with which the ring can be rotated if the strings can get 3T0/2. Ring is rotated with an omega velocity. So time period is equal to 2 pi by omega. So frequency is equal to omega by 2 pi. So this is equivalent to a current I is equal to Q into omega by 2 pi. So this I is going in this direction. You're rotating it. So I is going in that direction. Yeah, I'm not getting the, so the direction of the current is parallel to the magnetic field. So, okay. So if you have a ring like this carrying a current, if there's a magnetic field this way, on the upper part, the force will be downwards. On the lower part, the force will be upwards. So again, net force is equal to 0. Okay, Senthil, I'll also think about it. Where did you see this question? So the material suitable for making electromagnetic should have no, we have not learned that, we will learn that. Once we learn that, we will know. Okay, let me answer Subiksha's question. That question is simple. Please explain how the graphs between magnetic field and the distance of two long wire. Okay, yeah, I will. Don't worry, I'm making a new schedule for you guys. Okay, suppose there is a wire like this. Okay, every wire will have some radius. So this is radius. So this wire, this will have some current I. So if this has some current I, let this radius be capital R. Okay, so if this wire has some current I, then it will become the current density J is equal to I divided by pi R squared. Now, if I want to know what is the magnetic field at this point, so I look at one circle here, right? It's one cylindrical wire here. So according to Ampere's law, B dot dl is equal to mu naught I. But this I is what is the current which is inside the loop. So B into 2 pi R is equal to mu naught into I. I is equal to J into pi R squared. So that is I by pi R squared into pi small r squared. Only this much current is passing through this part. So I can cancel off these two. I can cancel off these two, and I can say B is equal to mu naught IR by 2 pi R squared. So as I go from the center to the periphery, B is proportional to R. So B is proportional to R. This will look like this. once B crosses R, now the magnetic field here is uniform because the current is uniform. So now it will become mu naught I by 2 pi R. So it is inversely proportional. So up to the circumference, it will go like this. Beyond the circumference, it will go like this. So this is B. Beyond the circumference, it will go this way. Okay. So that is how B changes with R. Okay. The next question asked is, suppose we take two wires like this carrying equal currents. At some point A here, if this distance is, we are not interested in this, we are interested only from the center. If this is X, this will become D minus X, this will become D plus X. Now, because of this wire, the magnetic field will be out of the plane because of, I grabbed it. So here inside the fingers go this way and come out like that. So the fingers go this way, they come out like that, right? So this side it is inside. So because of this wire, it is inside. But on this side, because I am closer to this wire, this field will be dominating. So B is inside the plane, and B is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi D minus X minus mu naught I by 2 pi D plus X. Suppose both the currents are parallel, then this is what it is. Now, as I come closer to this wire, the magnetic field is inside and it will be increasing. As I come closer to this wire, the magnetic field is outside and it will be increasing. So how will this graph look? So if this is a D and this is plus D, as I am approaching minus D, it is inside, so negative. As I am approaching plus D, it is outside, positive. So it goes like this and then it goes this way. Now, once I cross this side is inside, means this side will be outside. So it is positive. So again, it starts from there and then it goes this way. Now, once I cross this, now the magnetic field is inside. So now the magnetic field goes this way. Yeah. So this is for parallel currents. Okay. Next. Now suppose one current is this way, another current is this way. So now here the magnetic field is inside, here the magnetic field is outside. Here the magnetic field is inside, here the magnetic field is outside. So now what happens? These two magnetic fields get added on, they both are inside, but they get added on. So now how will the graph look? Everything is the same. So it's negative, in between it is negative. So negative, as I approach this wire, it will be infinity. As I approach this wire also, it will be infinity. So it goes like this. Yeah, because they are adding up. They are adding up. So now on the left side, it will now come like this. On the right side, it will come like this. Yeah. Hope it is clear. So we will continue with organic. Don't worry about it, Shruti. I will do something. A magnetic needle lying parallel to a magnetic. Why the graph is not touching the origin? Because it is adding in between, no? Adding in between means somewhere it will never be equal to zero. Both the magnetic fields are in the same direction. So at the center it will be mu naught I by 2 pi d plus mu naught I by 2 pi d. So it will become equal to mu naught I by pi d. Okay. Magnetic needle lying parallel to magnetic field requires W unit of work to turn it through an angle 60 degrees. The torque needed to maintain the needle in that position in terms of W is how much? Okay. So friends, there's a magnetic field like this. Yeah. You have a needle, a magnetic needle. The magnetic needle is also oriented this way. North pole, south pole. A magnetic needle, suppose it has a magnetic momentum. So because of the magnetic field, there will be, if you take it like this, there will be a torque acting on it. So that torque is how much? MB sine theta. Torque is equal to, same thing. Torque is equal to, for a dipole, it was what? PE sine theta. So same way, MB sine theta. Now, if you are rotating it by an angle theta, the work done is TD theta. So now, if you integrate it, yeah, to from 0 to 60, initially it is a needle lying parallel to the magnetic field. So the needle is lying parallel to the magnetic field. So now if you are taking it from 0 to theta, the work done is how much? Minus MB cos theta. The limits are 0 to theta. So that is equal to MB minus MB sin theta, sorry, cos theta. So this is the work done. So if the needle is at some angle theta, the torque on it is what? MB sin theta. So this is given to you, W. So what is MB equal to? W by 1 minus cos theta. So what is torque equal to? W by 1 minus cos theta into sin theta. We will learn this. Next chapter, we will be learning this. Yeah, Soumya, I hope you understand that. Why it is not touching. Graph between, I have explained this graph. So the materials suitable for making electromagnet should have, no, now too early to ask. Ring of radius R. So Senthil, where did you get this question from? A ring of radius R having uniformly distributed charge Q is mounted on a rod suspended by two identical strings. Okay. The tension in the rod is given to you. Now a vertical magnetic field is switched on and the ring is rotated at constant angular velocity omega. Okay, I need time. Okay, if you can send me a photo of the printed question, I'll be happy. If some diagram or something is there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Yes. Any other questions? Yeah. What is your doubt, Ashwin? Someone seem to be ignoring his questions. You posted in Lanity. Can you just give me brief idea what it is? I'll do it right away. Okay, okay, I got it, I got it. Okay, so there's another interesting question. So this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. Yeah, you guys can try to work it out. Sorry, this is the z-axis, this is the y-axis, this is the y-axis. So there is a okay, not a current is going this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, no problem. Length is 2a, so this length is 2a here. Non-polar loop, non-planar loop conducting again is figure. Each of the straight sections of the loop is of length 2a. The magnetic field due to the loop at the point. So they are asking you for B at a comma 0 comma a. That means at some point here, yeah, a comma 0 comma a. Okay, good, 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 nice question. So they are asking us for the magnetic field at a point here, which is given by this is x, this is y, this is z. So y is 0, so it should be in the xz plane at this point, which is having a coordinate a comma a. I mean xz, in the xz coordinate it is a comma a. Okay, so how will you do this particular question? No problem. What we have to understand is, first we have to understand that it is at the origin as far as this wire is concerned. So as far as this wire is concerned, if it's at the origin, then we can find out what this angle and what this angle are. The magnetic field will be in the, see, this wire carries a current along the y-axis. Current is along the y-axis. If current is along the y-axis, then B will be along z-axis. So because, so let us name these wires A, B, C, D, E, F. So first I find out what is the magnetic field due to DC. So magnetic field due to DC is equal to mu naught I 4 pi D. Now this is each wire, this is 2L. So this is 2L, this is L, this is L. This is 2L. Okay. Yeah. So this is 2L. So I can now, can you find out what is the perpendicular distance between these two? A comma A, this is along the y-axis. So the distance from the origin this is where we have to get it. B is equal to mu naught I 4 pi d. B is in the upward direction. That much I can make out. Okay, easiest thing for me to do is to leave it and tell you that I'll do it later. Yeah. Perpendicular distance I got is square root of 2a. I'll do it and send you today. Okay. It's about an infinitely long hollow cylinder which has a uniform current density along its length, inner radius r by 2, outer radius r. The question is to draw the graph as a function of the radial distance from the axis. Okay. Harish, that problem is relatively easy. So you have one cylinder like this. You have a cylinder inside it. It's a coaxial thing. So here there will be no magnetic field. So no magnetic field. Then here the magnetic field will be gradually increasing. Once you go out, the magnetic field will be decreasing. So this is R, this is B. Inside there is, it is hollow. It is hollow, so it's 0. Okay, it is hollow, so it is 0. Okay. Yeah, so Ashwin's problem is a good problem. I don't know why we are not able to do. It's not that we are not able to do. We need little peace of mind. We need little peace of mind. This point here is okay. You have some, you think a little and get me the angle. Once you get the angle, then it will come out right. Okay. Anyway, I'll do it. A little peace of mind is all that I need. 2-3 questions which I have not done, I will do. Don't worry. Yeah, magnetic field inside the hollow is 0. The only closest option is in the graph from r by 2 to r. It's like a parabola, sir. Okay, then you work on it. What is the problem? Don't copy from me. Okay, you want me to do it exactly. Okay. So here, I divided by pi b square minus a square is the current density into pi r square is the current. Okay. So B is equal to mu naught into I divided by 2 pi r. So this r vanishes. Okay, it is not pi r squared. That is the problem. So it is pi r squared minus b squared. Okay, so B is equal to mu naught I by pi gets cancelled, b square minus a squared into r squared minus b squared by 2 pi r here. Okay, so here in this zone from here to here, this is the magnetic field. So now this will not look like a straight line. Okay, this will not look like a, so this is 0. So you start from, yeah, you start from here, then you reach some value. Once you cross outside, it becomes less. So in between, you have to draw the graph for this function. So yeah, so it won't be a straight line, it will be a parabola. Then you check based on the techniques that you know, you have to find out whether it will be concave upwards or whether it will be concave downwards. Sir, in that question, options are having different directions of B. Muthukumar, you are asking me, is the angle not 45 degrees in that question? No, it is not 45 degrees because it's a three-dimensional thing, so there is a problem. Yeah, we have to see. I am right now little feeling bad that I didn't get the answer the first minute. Usually the way students expect is teachers should be able to get it in the first go. So I didn't get it in the first go. So if I look at the options, let us see. If I look at the options, because of DC, the magnetic field. Okay, I agree with Muthukumar, which when he says that the option has to be either B or C. Yeah, option has to be either B or C. Okay, anyway, don't worry. I will do. Right now, I don't have some peace of mind. Okay, you send me solution, neatly write and send me solution so that I will pass it on to Ashwin. But anyway, don't worry, I will do. Both the Senthil's question and this question I will do. What was Senthil's question? The ring, okay. Yeah, need little time to think. Today basically been a little, did a few parent meetings. I kind of hate them a little because tension. Okay, then. Different positions and they are asking about potential energies. Okay, I will check today. I will check, Harish. Yeah. Okay, you guys continue. I'll see you again tomorrow. I mean, whatever you have posted, I will work them out. Okay. Yeah, fine. Bye.